is difficult today to single out Native Americans on the surviving roster lists. Many who joined were already assimilated, at least in part, to white traditions, and had taken Christian names, and had taken Christian names, and had taken Christian names, and had taken Christian names.
Like the Williamses, the Joneses, you see, the Lyons, Parker, names like that are everyday English, including French names. These would be the names that they take.
But there is no question they are there.
Y'all can't come in here.
I'm Chuck Berry.
Chuck Berry's a country and western singer.
Is he? You know who else he is? He's me.
Says he's Chuck Berry.
Let me see some ID.
All right, then. ID.
This license says you're Indian. That pinup make you look like a white man. What the hell are you?
Well, I'm a musician, and my name is Chuck Berry. And I can be whatever you need me to be to play in your fine establishment this evening.
And had taken Christian names, and had taken Christian names, and had taken Christian names.
People don't understand. Black people did not just come from Africa. Black people were already in the States. And people got to do their history to understand black people were already in the States. People don't know that, though. They don't get that part. You know, they don't know that Nat Turner was really an Aborigine. That's Australia. That ain't Africa. You can look at Nat Turner and the depictions of him and know he was an Aborigine.
Support Reach.
Holding back the years. Holding back the years. Holding back the years. Holding back.
He had a different vibe. So people don't like really know that not all black people did not come from freaking Africa. Because it's going to be very, very difficult for you to make it in that goddamn ship at the bottom of that goddamn ship for 3 months. When the food get low. Do the math. For real. Do the motherfucking math. Seriously. And just ushering everybody in on boats the long goddamn way. They not stopping. Ain't no bathrooms on that motherfucker. Come on now. Do the math. That's all you gotta do is do the motherfucking math. For real. The human body won't last that long. You on a boat for 30 days, you ain't eating nothing but fucking slop. I mean, and feces and shit of the motherfucker that's sitting next to you. You gonna die of disease, man. It's gonna be like 3 black people left whose bodies are physically fit enough to be able to withstand all that pressure under the goddamn ship.
This is Taya Denaga, a Mohawk chief from the UPenn Library, showing his melanin. This is what the white folks painted him in Europe. This is how they made him look in Europe when he went to Europe in 1710. They made him look British. This is how he actually looked up. All right? With the feathers. And these are his other Mohawk counterparts. These are paintings from Dan Barrow. Look how you can't even see him.
Investigators are piecing together the life of this 500-year-old Inca mummy. Pottery links her to the empire's capital, Cusco. A tunic suggests she was the daughter of a local chief. And coca leaves place her in an important spiritual circle.
Dr. Henry Louis Gates started something called African DNA in 2007. He got his help from these two guys, two Jewish people, Bennett Greenspan and Max Blainfield. That's Max Blainfield, that's Bennett Greenspan. They own Gene by Gene LTD and Family Tree DNA. The problem with this is that these two have a political incentive in genetics, and they have the largest genetic database for doing gene studies on the planet. So what's their agenda? And how they end up linking up with this guy if we're going to talk about genetics? Well, he's important because he's been the one primarily telling African Americans that they are not native. That's what the boy has been doing. All right? That's what he's been doing. He's been telling African Americans that they are not native. All right? That's what he's been doing. And so, anybody who's watched his videos, he had Don Cheadle on it, he had all these different people on it. He's saying, you're not Native American like you thought you were. You're not indigenous to the Americas. You have such and such amount sub-Saharan African, such and such amount European. You're more European than you are Native. So does he have a political agenda? Is he reading haplogroups? Autosomes? What is he reading? And if he's reading haplogroups, male haplogroups, female haplogroups, why isn't it that these haplogroups, all right, that are being found in African Americans, when they're being tested to see if they're native or indigenous, how come they're not matched against the oldest bones in the Americas? How come the archaeogenomics is not used? How come we're being matched against Austronesian races who, in the codexes, in the histories, the oral traditions, the genetic science prove that they are Johnny-come-laters? It is political. So when you read about him, all right, it tells you African DNA, the first company dedicated to offering both genetic testing and genealogical tracing services for African Americans, is being launched this month by Henry Louis Gates Jr., Alphonse Fletcher University professor and director of the W.E.B. Du Bois, there you go, upholding it, Institute for African and African American Research at Harvard University, in partnership with who? Inkwell Foundation and Family Tree DNA.
We had whole civilizations. The East Coast was inhabited by, one type of native close to the Iroquois and what have you. The Midwest area was inhabited by a mixture of, black indigenous people, Mongoloid indigenous people. But the Southeast was almost exclusively inhabited by black indigenous people. And at one time, there was even a distant outpost of the Aztec culture in the southeastern United States, and they traded with the Aztecs that were in Mexico. Matter of fact, the last two, go Google a picture of the last two full-blooded Aztecs and tell me what you find. Tell me what you find. You're going to see two people that you know are black. Go Google it.
When Europeans came to the Americas, this is Giovanni de Verrazzano, the first person to step soil who was European. All right? In these areas, what did he say that he saw? Some of them wear garlands of bird feathers. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians with thick black hair. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians. They are dark in color, not unlike the Ethiopians. Ethiopians was a term that was used for Africans. So he gave it up right there. He told you that the first Americans were Africans. in the sense of how we use those terms today. He told you. Look at the hairstyles. Look at them. Look at the prognostices. Look at the shapes of the nose. These are genotypes of black people. Look at the hairstyles. This is from Tiwanaku thousands of years before. Then later, Leventa thousands of years. Then Bonham Pat, thousands of years. All right? And so what we're saying to you is, how is it that we are missing these points?
Which is a really kind of cute way of calling it, right? Barry Farms, as if there was no exploitation occurring. The Barry plantation was primarily a tobacco plantation.
Barry Farms, it was a big hood. Like, it was big, like 375 acres. That's land.
That's land right there.
That's the 375 acres that was purchased by Howard, General Howard. And as I say, it was purchased by the Freedmen's Bureau.
Barry plantation was primarily a tobacco plantation. Barry plantation was primarily a tobacco plantation. Barry plantation was primarily a tobacco plantation.
Like this one right here. We see this? We see these people right here. These people wasn't slaves. These were the people in the tribes that was basically working. So what I'm thinking is this. When these people came here, they got some kind of a treaty with maybe Powhatan, to where maybe Powhatan had his people working in the tobacco field, okay? I think after they killed Powhatan is when they turned these people into slaves. This is what I think was happening, and I can't prove it, but I'm more than certain that's what happened when they first came. When the Europeans first came to the Americas, they already seen these people already producing the tobacco. When I say a tobacco plantation, this is in Virginia. That's why Philip Morris is in Virginia. In Virginia. The cigarette manufacturer. It's in Virginia. Because all the cigarette leaves was, I guess you can find cigarette leaves in other regions of America. I'm not sure on that. Do not quote me on that. But I know that they are a lot of tobacco fields in Virginia. So, all right. So we got that.
You part con man too?
No.
You may sing country. You ain't doing it here. Get out now.
You gentlemen have a fine evening. ID.